A great journey always begins with a single step. But there are paths that aren't walked with your feet, but with your soul. And there are moments in life when something inside you awakens and whispers that it's time to move forward. Not automatically, not as always, but with intention, with courage, with a firm decision to stop repeating the same story, because life isn't about finding yourself. It's about creating yourself, sculpting yourself from within, shaping who you are through every step you take. Between where you are and where you know you could be, there's no physical distance. What truly separates those two worlds are the decisions you make, the habits you repeat, and the actions you choose every day. It's not luck, it's not fate, it's will, it's awareness. And success, though it sometimes seems abstract, leaves clear signs. Those who achieve it simply do what others avoid. They face discomfort, they embrace uncertainty, and even with doubts, they move forward with discipline and presence day after day. Many people feel frustrated because they expect massive changes in a short time. They want gigantic results in just a few weeks. But the truth is, they underestimate what they could achieve if they stayed steady for years. A great transformation doesn't happen in a single moment. It happens in a chain of moments. Every decade is made of years, every year of months, every month of weeks, and every week of what you do today. That's why the only thing that matters right now is what you decide to do now. This is where it all begins. Now, I'm not here to tell you it's going to be easy. If it were easy, everyone would be doing it. But I'm here to tell you it will be worth it. Because on the other side of your effort lies everything you've ever wanted. Let's talk about change for a moment. Change is inevitable. Progress, however, is optional. And that's where you come in. You have to be willing to let go of the life you've planned to embrace the life that's waiting for you. Think of it this way. If you keep doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting what you've always gotten. Is that enough for you? Are you willing to settle for the ordinary when the extraordinary is within your reach? It's a fundamental truth. For things to change, you have to change. For things to get better, you have to get better. It's not about the cards you're dealt. It's about how you play the hand. Now, let me ask you a question. If you could achieve just one thing this year, what would it be? Hold on to that thought, because that's your compass. That's your North Star. Everything you do from this moment on should bring you closer to that goal. But here's where most people fail. They have the dream, they have the vision, but they lack the discipline to turn that vision into reality. Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievements. And let me tell you, friends, that bridge is built brick by brick, day by day, choice by choice. You have to understand that success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. On the flip side, failure is simply a few errors in judgment repeated every day. It's the compound effect of our daily choices that shapes our lives. Now I want you to think of your life as a big empty jar. You have rocks, pebbles, and sand. The rocks represent the most important things: your health, your relationships, your passions. The pebbles are the other things that matter, like your job, your house, your car. The sand is everything else, the small stuff. If you put the sand in the jar first, there won't be room for the rocks or pebbles. The same goes for your life. If you spend all your energy and time on the small stuff, you'll never have room for the things that truly matter. Pay attention to the rocks. First, the things that really matter. Set your priority. Let's talk about your mindset for a moment. Your mindset is like the steering wheel of your life. It determines your direction, your decisions, and ultimately your destiny. Here's a powerful truth. You are not your circumstances. You are your possibilities. If you know that, what can stop you? You have to understand that success isn't chased. It's attracted by the person you become. That's why personal development is so crucial. You have to work harder on yourself than you do on a job. Formal education will give you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. The most important investment you can make is in yourself. Read books, attend seminars, surround yourself with people who challenge you to grow. Remember, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Choose wisely because your environment will shape you, sometimes when you don't even realize it. Now let's talk about goals. Goals are the fuel in the furnace of achievement. Without them, you're like a ship without a rudder, drifting aimlessly on the sea of life. But with clear, well-defined goals, you become the captain of your own destiny. Here's the thing about goals. They have to be specific, they have to be measurable, and they have to have a deadline. Vague generalities won't do. I want to be successful isn't a goal. I want to increase my income by 25% this year by acquiring 3 new high-value clients each quarter. Now that's a goal. Write your goals down. There's magic in putting pen to paper. It's like you're entering a contract with yourself. And review them regularly. Let them be the first thing you see in the morning and the last thing you see at night. But here's where most people go wrong. They set the goal, then sit back and wait for success to knock on their door. That's not how it works, friends. You have to take massive action. Massive action is the cure for all your problems. Got a big idea? Take massive action. Want to improve your relationships? Take massive action. Want to advance your career? You guessed it. Take massive action. And when you take action, brace yourself for obstacles. They're not there to stop you. They're there to test how badly you want it. The size of your success is determined by the size of your belief. Think small goals and expect small achievements. Think big goals and you'll win big successes. Now, let's talk about time for a moment. Time is your most precious resource. You can always make more money, but you can't make more time. How you spend your time is how you spend your life. Most people spend more time planning their vacations than they do planning their lives. They'll be the majority. Plan your days, weeks, months, and years with intention. Remember, if you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. And guess what they've got planned for you? Not much. Here's a little exercise. Pull out your calendar right now. Look at last week. How much of your time was spent on activities that moved you closer to your goals? How much was wasted on trivial pursuits? The way you spend your time is a reflection of your priorities. You must guard your time like it's gold, because it's far more precious. Learn to say no to the good so you can say yes to the great. Remember, every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to everything else you could be doing with that time. Let's shift gears and talk about wealth for a moment. Now, when I say wealth, I'm not just talking about money. True wealth is a rich life in every area. Health, relationships, personal growth, and yes, finances too. Here's a fundamental truth about money. Profits are better than wages. Wages give you a living. Profits make you a fortune. You have to learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Most people have a lottery mindset when it comes to wealth. They're waiting for their ship to come in. But here's the truth. You have to build your own ship. You have to be willing to do what others won't, so you can live like others can't. Financial success is 20% skill and 80% psychology. It's not about how much money you make, but how much money you keep, how hard it works for you, and how many generations you keep it for. Start thinking like an investor, not a consumer. Consumers spend their money and time. Investors allocate their money and time. It's a subtle shift in mindset, but it makes all the difference. Here's another key to wealth. Learn to master the art of selling. Whether you're selling a product, a service, or an idea, the ability to influence others is crucial. Remember, nothing happens until someone sells something. Now, let's talk about relationships. Your wealth can be measured by the depth and quality of your relationships. Success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure, and fulfillment often comes from the connections we make and nurture. Cultivate your relationships like they're a garden. Give them time, attention, and care. Be quick to praise and slow to criticize. Remember, everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Be kind, always. In your professional life, surround yourself with people who complement your weaknesses and share your vision. No one succeeds alone. Find mentors who can guide you, partners who can support you, and team members who can execute with you. And in your personal life, cherish those who stand by you through thick and thin. Success is hollow if you have no one to share it with. Make time for your loved ones. At the end of the day, it's not about how much money you made, but the lives you touched and the memories you created. Let's talk about health for a moment, because without health, you have nothing. Your body is the vehicle through which you experience life. Take care of it. Most people spend their health trying to gain wealth and then spend their wealth trying to regain their health. Don't fall into that trap. Prioritize your health now. Eat well, exercise regularly, get enough sleep. These aren't luxuries, they're necessities. Remember, your body is the only place you have to live. Treat it with respect. Fuel it with nutritious food, challenge it with regular exercise, and give it the rest it needs to recover and rejuvenate. Now let's dive into the power of continuous learning. In a world that's changing faster than ever, the ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn is the true superpower. Formal education will give you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. Read voraciously. Listen to podcasts, attend seminars. Surround yourself with people who challenge your thinking and expand your horizons. Remember, the person you'll be in 5 years depends on two things: the people you surround yourself with and the books you read. Choose both wisely. And here's a little secret. The more you learn, the more you earn, not just in terms of money, but in terms of opportunities, experiences, and the ability to make a difference in the world. Now let's talk about resilience. Because no matter how well you plan, no matter how hard you work, you're going to face setbacks. It's not a question of if, but when. Here's the thing about adversity. It's not there to stop you. It's there to shape you. It's in the moments of struggle that we discover who we really are and what we're truly capable of. Remember, it's not about how many times you fall, but how many times you get back up. Resilience isn't about avoiding failure. It's about using failure as a stepping stone to success. When you face a setback, don't ask, why me? Ask, what can I learn from this? Every adversity carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. Your job is to find it. Let's talk about the power of focus. In a world full of distractions, the ability to focus is like a superpower. Most people major in minor things. They scatter themselves, trying to do a little of everything. But here's the truth. You can't be everything to everyone. You must pick your lane and master it. Success demands single-mindedness. You must be willing to say no to the good so you can say yes to the great. Remember, where focus goes, energy flows. What you focus on expands. So choose your focus wisely. Focus on solutions, not problems. Focus on opportunities, not obstacles. Focus on what you can control, not what you can't. Now, let's talk about the importance of taking responsibility. This is a big one, friends, because until you take 100% responsibility for your life, you're giving away your power. It's easy to blame circumstances, point fingers, make excuses. But here's the truth. You're where you are because of the decisions you've made. And if you want different results, you must make different decisions. Taking responsibility doesn't mean you're at fault for everything that happens to you. It means you're accountable for how you respond to everything that happens to you. It's not about blame, it's about ownership. When you take responsibility, you reclaim your power. You go from being a victim of circumstances to the architect of your destiny. Remember, life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. Let's shift gears and talk about the power of gratitude. Gratitude isn't just the greatest of virtues, it's the mother of all others. It's impossible to be angry and grateful at the same time. It's impossible to be afraid and grateful at the same time. Start and end each day with gratitude. Keep a gratitude journal. Write down 3 things you're grateful for every day. It can be as simple as a warm cup of coffee or as profound as a loving relationship. The point is to train your mind to focus on the abundance in your life, not the scarcity. Remember, what you appreciate appreciates. The more grateful you are for what you have, the more you'll have to be grateful for. It's one of life's beautiful paradoxes. Now, let's talk about the power of giving. Because here's a fundamental truth. The secret to living is giving. Life isn't about getting and having. It's about giving and being. Most people have it backward. They think once they achieve success, then they'll give back. But it doesn't work that way. Giving isn't about making a donation, it's about making a difference. And you can start making a difference right now, right where you are, with what you have. Remember, we live off what we get, but we make a life by what we give. Find ways to add value to others' lives. It could be through your time, your talents, or your resources. When you focus on adding value to others' lives, your own life becomes infinitely richer. Let's talk about the power of persistence. Because here's the truth. Most people overestimate what they can do in a year and underestimate what they can achieve in a decade. Success isn't about intensity, it's about consistency. It's easy to be motivated for a day, a week, or even a month. But true success comes from showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. Remember, the difference between a successful person and others isn't a lack of strength or a lack of knowledge, but a lack of will. Willpower is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Now, let's dive into the power of vision. Because without vision, people perish. Your vision is your why. It's what gets you out of bed in the morning. It's what keeps you going when things get tough. Most people live with a blurry vision of their future. But blurry visions create blurry results. You must be crystal clear about what you want. What does your ideal life look like in 5 years? 10 years? 20 years? Write it down. Create a vision board. Make it so real in your mind that you can taste it, touch it, feel it. Because what the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Remember, your vision isn't just about you, it's about the impact you want to have on the world. It's about the legacy you want to leave behind. What do you want to be remembered for? Let's talk about the power of habits. Because your life today is essentially the sum of your habits. What you do repeatedly ultimately shapes the person you are, the things you believe, and the personality you project. But here's the beautiful thing about habits. You can change them. And when you change your habits, you change your life. Start small. Focus on one habit at a time. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Want to be healthier? Start by drinking more water. Want to be more productive? Start by waking up 30 minutes earlier. Want to be happier? Start by practicing gratitude every day. These small habits, compounded over time, make all the difference. Now let's talk about the power of mindset. Because your mindset is like the software of your brain. It determines how you interpret and respond to situations. And here's the thing. Your mindset isn't set in stone. You can change it. Develop a growth mindset. Believe that your abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. See challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, not threats to avoid. Remember, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Your beliefs shape your reality. So choose beliefs that empower you, that push you forward, that help you become the best version of yourself. Let's talk about the importance of balance. Because success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. It's not about working 24 hours a day. It's about working smart, not just hard. Build a life, not just a career. Make time for the things that truly matter. Your health, your relationships, your passions. Remember, no one on their deathbed ever said, "I wish I'd spent more time at the office." Balance doesn't mean giving equal time to everything. It means giving the right time to the right things. Prioritize what truly matters. Remember, you can have it all, just not all at once. Now, let's dive into the power of self-reflection. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, it's easy to lose sight of where we're going and why. That's why regular self-reflection is crucial. Take time each day, each week, each month to pause and reflect. Ask yourself, am I moving closer to my goals? Are my actions aligned with my values? What have I learned? What can I do better? Self-reflection isn't about beating yourself up over your mistakes. It's about learning, growing, and course-correcting when needed. It's about ensuring you're not just busy, but productive. Not just active, but effective. Remember, the unexamined life is not worth living. Don't just go through life, grow through it. Now, let's talk about the power of dreams. Dreams are the seeds of reality. Everything you see around you was once someone's dream. The buildings, the technology, the businesses, it all started as an idea in someone's mind. But here's the thing about dreams. They don't work unless you do. A dream without a plan is just a wish. You have to turn your dreams into goals, your goals into plans, and your plans into action. Don't be afraid to dream big. The size of your success is determined by the size of your belief. If your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. Remember, the greatest danger for most of us isn't that our aim is too high and we miss it, but that it's too low and we reach it. Aim for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. Let's talk about the power of discipline. Discipline is a bridge between goals and accomplishments. It's what turns dreams into reality. Most people confuse discipline with motivation. But here's the truth, motivation is fickle. It comes and goes. Discipline, on the other hand, is reliable. It's about doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. Start small, build habits, establish routines. Over time, these small disciplines compound into massive results. Remember, we don't rise to the level of our goals. We fall to the level of our systems. Your daily routine is the foundation of your success. Guard it jealously. Now let's dive into the power of adaptability. In a world changing faster than ever, the ability to adapt isn't just an advantage, it's a necessity. Change is the only constant in life. Those who resist change get left behind. Those who embrace it thrive. Be willing to let go of what you know to learn what you need to know. Remember, it's not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent. It's the one most adaptable to change. Be like water, fluid, adaptable, always finding a way forward. Let's talk about the power of authenticity. In a world full of copycats, authenticity is your greatest differentiator. Don't try to be someone else. The world already has those people. It needs you. Authenticity is about being true to yourself, your values, your vision. It's about having the courage to be vulnerable, to show up as you are, flaws and all. Remember, you're not here to live up to anyone else's expectations. You're here to be yourself in all your unique, wonderful, weird glory. Now let's dive into the power of patience. We live in a world of instant gratification, but real, lasting success doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of consistent effort over time. Most people overestimate what they can achieve in a year and underestimate what they can accomplish in a decade. Success isn't about intensity. It's about consistency. It's about showing up every day, even when you don't see immediate results. Remember, the bamboo farmer plants the seed and waters it for 5 years before seeing any growth above ground. But once it starts growing, it shoots up 90 feet in 6 weeks. Your success might be closer than you think. Keep going. Let's talk about the power of curiosity. Curiosity is the engine of intellectual achievement. It's what drives innovation, creativity, and progress. Stay curious. Ask questions. Challenge assumptions. Never stop learning. The moment you think you know it all is the moment you stop growing. Remember, the important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. A mind that opens to a new idea never returns to its original size. Now, let's dive into the power of resilience. Life will knock you down, that's a fact. The question is, will you get back up? Resilience isn't about avoiding failure. It's about using failure as a stepping stone to success. It's about seeing obstacles as opportunities, setbacks as setups for comebacks. Remember, it's not about how many times you fall, but how many times you get back up. Develop the ability to bounce back, to adapt, to persevere, because that's what separates the successful from the rest. But let's talk about the power of mindfulness. In a world full of distractions, the ability to be present, to be fully engaged in the here and now is a superpower. Mindfulness isn't about emptying your mind, it's about being aware of your thoughts, your feelings, your surroundings. It's about living consciously instead of on autopilot. Practice mindfulness daily. It could be through meditation, deep breathing, or simply paying attention to your senses. Remember, life isn't measured by the number of breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. Now let's dive into the power of integrity. Success without integrity is failure. Your word is your bond. Your reputation is your most valuable asset. Integrity is about doing the right thing, even when no one's watching. It's about aligning your actions with your values. It's about being consistent in your words and deeds. Remember, how you do anything is how you do everything. Acts of integrity compound over time to create a life of honor and respect. Let's talk about the power of forgiveness. Forgiveness isn't about condoning what happened, it's about freeing yourself from the burden of anger and resentment. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. It's about choosing peace over conflict, love over hate. Remember, forgiveness doesn't change the past, but it does enlarge the future. Let go of what's weighing you down so you can move forward unencumbered. Now, let's dive into the power of purpose. Purpose is what gives life direction and meaning. It's what gets you out of bed in the morning with a smile, with energy. Your purpose isn't something you need to create. It's something you need to discover. It lies at the intersection of what you're good at, what you love to do, and what the world needs. Remember, the two most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why. Pursue your purpose relentlessly, because when you work with purpose, you find joy in the journey, not just the destination. Let's talk about the power of community. No one succeeds alone. We're social creatures designed to thrive in community. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, who challenge you, who support you. Build a network of mentors, peers, and people who can help you, and friends who share your values and vision. Remember, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Choose your company wisely, because the people you spend time with are the ones who shape you. Now, let's dive into the power of creativity. In a world where automation is taking over routine tasks, creativity is becoming increasingly valuable. Creativity isn't just for artists, it's for everyone. It's about seeing connections where others see chaos. It's about finding solutions where others see problems. Cultivate your creativity. Read widely, try new things. Embrace diverse experiences. Remember, the creative adult is the child who survived. Nurture your inner child. Let's talk about the power of courage. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the ability to act despite fear. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. The comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing grows there. Be willing to step out of your comfort zone, to take calculated risks, to face your fears. Remember, courage is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. Start small. Do something every day that scares you. Over time, you'll build the courage to chase your biggest dreams. Now, let's dive into the power of consistency. Success isn't about doing one thing 100 times better. It's about doing 100 things one time better. Consistency is what transforms average into excellence. It's what turns actions into habits, habits into character, and character into destiny. Remember, it's not what we do once in a while that shapes our lives, but what we do consistently. Be consistent in your efforts, in your attitude, in your commitment to growth. Let's talk about the power of enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is the electricity of life. It's what lights you up from the inside. Enthusiasm isn't about being loud or boisterous. It's about having a genuine passion for what you do. It's about approaching life with a sense of wonder and excitement. Remember, people aren't persuaded by what we say, but by our enthusiasm when we say it. Enthusiasm is contagious. It attracts opportunities, opens doors, and inspires others. Now, let's dive into the power of focus. In a world full of distractions, the ability to focus is a superpower. Most people focus on minor things. They spread themselves too thin, trying to do a little of everything, but success demands single-minded purpose. Remember, where focus goes, energy flows. What you focus on expands. So choose your focus wisely. Focus on solutions, not problems. Focus on opportunities, not obstacles. Focus on what you can control, not what you can't. Let's talk about the power of perspective. Perspective is everything. It's not what happens to you, but how you interpret what happens to you that determines your reality. Develop the ability to see the silver lining in every cloud, to find the lesson in every failure, to see the opportunity in every challenge. Remember, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. Your perspective shapes your experience of life. Choose a perspective that empowers you. Self-love isn't a luxury or a whim. It's the foundation of everything else. Because you can't give what you don't give yourself. Taking care of yourself, listening to yourself, treating yourself with kindness. That's not selfishness, it's responsibility. It's recognizing that your well-being matters, that your inner peace has value. Nourish your body with what does it good. Nurture your mind with thoughts that uplift you. Give your spirit the space to breathe. Celebrate every step you take, even if it seems small. Embrace your mistakes without guilt. Learn from them. Let them go and move on. Remember that you are the one commitment that will always be with you. So treat yourself with the same love you offer to those you care about most. And if you've made it this far, there's something you can't forget. You already have within you everything you need to create a life full of meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. You don't need someone to give it to you or the world to grant it to you. The power is in you. You have the ability to build something beautiful from who you are with what you have, from where you stand. Every day is a blank page. You decide what story to write. A story that speaks of courage, effort, growth. It doesn't have to be perfect, just authentic. Let it reflect your dreams, your truth, your essence. The world doesn't need copies. It needs what only you can bring. That spark you carry inside. That talent that makes you different. That unique way of seeing life. Don't hold back. Don't hide your greatness out of fear or habit. This isn't the time to wait. It's the time to take the reins, to move forward with a determination, to turn your ideas into reality. Because in the end, the only thing that truly weighs you down is the opportunities you let slip by. So dare yourself. Take the leap. Chase that dream that makes you come alive. Because just on the other side of fear is everything you've ever wanted. Success isn't a finish line, it's a path, a constant process of evolution, of discovery, of returning to yourself again and again, stronger, more aware, more you. Enjoy it. Don't rush it. Walk with presence, with gratitude, with joy. That's where the real magic happens. You can do it. Don't forget that. Believe in yourself, because your future self is already waiting for you. And trust me, it's worth reaching them.